Shalom, family trendsetter. All praises be to the Most High Power Hashem for allowing us to see another day. I'm driving, so you will hear some noise in the background. Now, before I continue, I want to give a shout out to one of my subscriber, Happy Days. She, I guess she asked me in one of my videos, how do I feel about the situation with the black teenager that was murdered. And now there's an individual that's charged. I believe his name is Bobby Charles, right? Bobby Charles was the victim, and apparently they charged a female Neanderthal, not necessarily with the murder, but I guess with child endangerment. I think that's what it was, but I'm not too sure. So I guess my take on it is that what else can we expect? Because it took them about 3 months for them to bring forth charges in regards to this person, right? And I use that word very loosely because the backstory briefly is that she went to the home of the victim, took him out of his house, took her to her home, and according to her, he got high with her son. Now, he's a youngster, right? I think he was 14, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all could correct me on that. I'm not sure the age, but nevertheless, he was a young boy. And even if, let's say, she wasn't involved with the murder, the fact that she went and took the boy out of his house and then brought him to her house and then have him using illegal drugs, you know what I'm saying? That's enough for her to be charged. But it took them 3 months with the pressure of the family and I guess the attorney for them to bring forth charges. Now, I suspect my observation and everything, I suspect that they probably gonna give her a slap on the wrist, you know what I'm saying? That's usually the case. If it took that long for them to bring charges, evidently they didn't want to charge it to begin with, you know what I mean? And these small towns, they usually stick together. But for me, family, it is what it is. I mean, we're living in the land of our enemy. We're living in hell. This is fucking hell, and we got these devils ruling over us. So what else can we expect? I hope and pray that she does get charged, more charge brought up on her and shit. But because we know the justice system doesn't work on our behalf, I suspect that she might just get a slap on the wrist. So I hope that answers your question. I don't believe that we're going to see any justice from this particular situation, as far as she's concerned, that is. You know what I mean? Hopefully, with developing stories that, it may lead to more arrests and the actual, perpetrators of this murder, because this boy was beaten to death, you know what I mean? But I mean, family, I'm be honest with you, I'm at this point right now, like, I'm just like, I'm numb, you know what I mean? I'm numb because what they do, every chance they get, right, they always bring forth these stories for us to either get upset, for us to get desensitized, or to get a reaction from us and shit. Because like I told y'all in past video, these devils literally thrives off our emotions. That's why they come up with churches and stadiums, and every time you react to a certain event, situation, they literally harvest your energy. And that's why I'm trying my best not to react too much anymore. So, D, I think it's a Happy D, that's the name of my subscriber. I hope that answers your question. My take on it is that, it's unjust. It was definitely unjust for them not making an arrest sooner than later. But because we know we're living in the land of our captivity and shit, what else can we expect? You know what I mean? But I want to change the tone a little bit. Now, I, for one, believe that many of our people are dumbed down, right? Idiotic people, for real. Especially the so-called Christians. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, family, that, at one point, right, I was questioning the Most High, like, not necessarily losing my faith in the Most High, but like just questioning him, like, why is he allowing us to go through what we're going through? According to, scriptures and shit, the 400 years supposed to have ended, right, in 2019. So why are we still going through this? And I suspect that the answer is simply because many of our people deserve to go through what we're going through. You know what I'm saying? Just look at yourself as an individual. If you're not going through it, that which means if you're not going through persecution to a degree where many of our brothers and sisters are going through persecution, then just count yourself lucky, right? Because Some of our people do deserve what they get from the oppressing class. I'm not talking about the innocent bystander. I'm not talking about the innocent so-called black people that going about their daily lives, living and trying to abide by man's law as best as they can and shit. I'm not talking about those people, but you do have niggas. Some of these niggas in our community, man, they deserve death. I kid you not. I hate to say this shit because I love my black family. You know what I'm saying? Nothing y'all could do. At least that's what I thought. Nothing y'all can do, that I can deem wrong in my eyes and shit. Because I always try to justify every action of a so-called black person, especially even if they do criminality and shit. So, well, they had to do it because they had to survive. But there are niggas in our community family that's literally terrorizing our community. You have gang members. You have black people killing black people over initiation. Now, I'm talking about in Baltimore. I'm talking about also in New York. Because those are two cases that I do know about in Baltimore and New York, where they literally doing gang initiation and they're targeting innocent fucking people. And that's why when the police, when the slave patrol roll down on some of these niggas, they deserve it. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna be offended because some of y'all niggas probably are subscribed to me or do watch my channel on occasion. But my thing is this: if y'all supposed to be so gangster, why can't y'all be gangster with the true fucking enemies? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to incite any violence. I'm not trying to tell y'all to go out there and be in office. But I'm saying y'all supposed to be gangster. Y'all supposed to be protecting y'all community from outsiders coming in and gunning us down. You know what I'm saying? By stealth, blaming it on black crime. But instead, y'all are part of the fucking problem instead of being a part of the solution. I heard a story the other day in Baltimore where you had some teenagers and shit, right? They literally, I think it was 4 of them, they literally killed an elderly black man for no reason. Just gang initiation. You know what I mean? And I felt some type of way. You know what I mean? I heard about it, and at first I didn't believe it because I said, well, I didn't see it on the news. And come to find out, it did happen. And I'm saying to myself, like, why the fuck, why would they target an innocent man? And and sometimes when you think about it, you're like, well, maybe this man, but no, the man literally was going to get groceries and shit, leaving the grocery store, heading to his car, and one of them, rolled up on him and shot at him. Shot at him first, right? He ran behind the car, and then the next one shot him. The man fell out on the ground. He didn't die at the scene. He died at the hospital. Well, they always say died at the hospital. Did they kill him at the hospital? Because my thing is, if you get shot and you're able to even make it to the hospital and you're responsive, how come you always die at the hospital? That's something else we need to consider too. But yeah, you know what I mean? Over what? Gang initiation. When all was said and done, it was all about gang initiation. The same thing happened in New York. Not the exact same story, but you got gang members and shit fucking with people, beating people down. Not in this case, they wasn't killing people, but they was literally going, and they had this shit a couple years ago, 2 years ago, called a knockout gang, where they'll go and hit somebody in their face or snuff somebody and shit, knock them out, try to knock them out. So this asshole, went and snuffed this guy, literally knocked the guy out. The guy fell down, hit his head, and he died and shit. You know what I mean? This is shit that we got to deal with. That's why sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, family, when I hear of death amongst our people, I mean, before, I used to feel some type of way, but now I don't. No, I don't, because it's judgment. And the Most High deal with generational curse. This could be some shit that your ancestors have done, your mother, father have done in their life, and now you got to pay for the shit at a young age. So sometimes, I'm be honest with you, I don't really feel no type of way. I guess I got desensitized hearing about death every minute amongst our people, because some of these niggas do deserve it. Some of them do. Now, I'm not saying the ones that's innocent. You know what I'm saying? No innocent person that deserve their life taken by the enemy or anybody else. But I'm just saying, because of your deed, because of your actions, you might be a gang member and you go out there and you kill somebody gonna come and kill one of your motherfucking family members. That's just how it works. It's a universal law. What goes around comes around. So I don't know, man. It's just a lot of things, family, that I've been noticing lately, and I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. That's it. For 2021, it is what it is. So another video I saw was some young ladies in I think it was in Canada, right? And apparently they went to this I think it was a pharmacy to pick up some air products, because I guess in Canada it's still a lockdown, so they're closing like non-essential businesses like hair salons and stuff like that. So they're saying that these particular individuals, these are supposed to be black female that use, natural hair products, and I guess where they normally go and purchase their hair product is closed. So they went to this pharmacy, and I guess they saw the product that they needed, but they had it taped off and shit, basically deemed as non-essential products. So I guess to explain it, the black product, right, the product that black people use, they taped it off. Literally, you're not allowed to purchase that particular product. It's still on the shelf, but to add insult to injury, they taped it off. You can't fuck with it. You can't buy it at that particular location. But if you go across the aisle, like literally turn around, you'll see other hair products, that Caucasian uses, that most people that's going natural, they don't put these chemicals in their hair. Because if you're going natural, you're going to use like natural product made by black folks, right? So, they was complaining about, well, at first it was one girl, she was complaining about the fact that, the product that she needed, they wasn't selling it. Now, it's in the store, it's accessible, but they're not selling it. For whatever reason, it was taped off. It doesn't make any sense. I guess y'all could research that video. I was going to try to show, a screenshot of this shit, but I don't got time for that, right? So she went and she got two other friends to pretty much to confront the store owner or whatever, right? So they went there and they, expressing their concern about the fact that, the air product that they need and shit, they're not able to get it, right? So the way how they talking is almost like they really need to get this shit. Now I understand if you're going natural and you rely on a certain product to put in your hair, you want to make sure you have it accessible or available. But I'm sure the same product that you're worrying about getting from this fucking pharmacy, clearly these people are biased towards you, racist towards you. Go on Amazon. I know Amazon goes to Canada. They go to all these other countries and shit, third world countries. So I'm sure Amazon deliver to Canada. Go to motherfucking Amazon. If you really gotta get this product, I can guarantee you can get similar products on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? But why would you want to patronize this store after what they're doing? So much so they like making a fuss about it, and they wasn't acting ghetto. And one thing I could say about Canadians is they're not like Americans. You know what I'm saying? They're more proper. They're more proper. Right? Not saying that you don't got some ghetto Canadian, but I've never seen it. The majority of Canadians that I've spoken to or that I know or I've seen, they always talk proper. They don't even talk like us, me. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk like me and shit. They talk more proper. So anyway, I'm saying to myself, like, why the fuck do you have to get this product from this place? The fact that they did what they did, you shouldn't even want to spend your money there. And that's the problem that I have with niggas, man, and people, black people. We always feel we gotta go along to get along and shit. You know what I mean? Why do you need to spend your money there? We know most Caucasians don't like us. We know a lot of Asians don't like us, right? If you notice in our community, we always have Chinese restaurants and fucking liquor stores and beauty salon stores. And most of it is owned by Koreans, right? Asian people. They don't like us. They'll take our money. They'll come in our community, set up shop. Even the motherfucking the Arabs and shit, they come in our community, set up shop, but you would never see them living in our same community. I've never seen no motherfucking Chinese living in the hood. You know what I mean? Sometimes they will live in the shop that they're selling out of and shit. Because I don't want to go into too much information, but I've come across Chinese in the motherfucking restaurants living in the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that actually are well-to-do. They'll come and take your money, and they're gonna take that shit and spend that shit in the white community. You know what I'm saying? Chinese people ain't gonna go to soul food restaurants. I've never seen a Chinese, right, buying soul food store, buying soul food. I've never. They used to have a lot of soul food restaurant in Harlem and shit. When I used to hustle in Harlem, right? Hustle meaning work in Harlem, right? They used to have a lot of motherfucking soul food restaurant. I've never seen a Chinese person in a soul food restaurant. I've seen Caucasians in the shit. Never seen a Asian or a Chinese person patronizing a soul food restaurant. Never. But you'll see Chinese restaurant all over the place. You'll see liquor store all over the place run by Asian people, Chinese or whatever, right? And I'm saying to myself, why do they feel the need to go spend their money amongst these devils? You know what I'm saying? If they say, well, we don't want to, I mean, leave the motherfucker, boycott the shit. The only way you can affect these devils is through their pockets. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about your protests and They don't care about that. The only time protest is effective is when white people protest, because they bring violence. You know how they do. You know how y'all do, white people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how to protest. That's why a lot of time when I see niggas alone I be like, that shit ain't nothing gonna come about it. You know what I mean? But family, I gotta go. I got a call coming in. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Shalom.